Hi, everyone. How are you? Are you all recovering from your turkey coma? I did ham. Got it from Honey Baked Ham, and it was awesome. It's spiral cut ham, and then you just have to warm it up, and you just focus on making the side dishes, and it worked wonderfully. It's all gone. I guess it was all gone by, I guess 2 days ago even. So it's like, it's not like, you have all this turkey that you have to like do something, make turkey gravy or turkey. I mean, nobody has a problem grabbing a piece of spiral cut ham. So it worked really good. I just have to say that I just don't know that I like turkey. I mean, I think that, as a kid, and it was, a tradition, and I don't know, leftover with some Dijon mustard on a sandwich, it'll be fine. But just as I've gotten an adult, and like, I've had to tackle the frickin' thing and violate it and fist it to make some, and just shove apples up its hole, and just once you see in the carcass, you just really can't freaking do it. And I mean, okay, yeah, pig isn't any better. I'm not saying it is, but it's like, I like to focus on side dishes. And I mean, I think that I could if I had a good supportive partner in this endeavor, I could probably be a vegetarian, but not for any other reason than I just don't really like meat and stuff that much anymore. I like other things, I really do. So I don't know, the general concept of meat just kind of grosses me out. A big fucking fat bird just there, I don't know. So anyway, that will probably be, I think, and here I go on this tangent about how I really don't like meat that much, but I think for Christmas we're probably going to do a prime rib. That seems to go over really well. And I don't know. It's just like, you get up and you do your own traditions, and I understand that, being a part of Thanksgiving and everything is not politically correct in today's caustic political correctness environment, and we need to accept what has happened in the past and make it better, and take what we can from the past in learning so that it does not happen again, and take the good parts that came from it. In that there was conversation, there was friendships built, there was an understanding, there was empathy. There were a lot of German settlers who were friends to the Indians and gave them shelter when they were under fire. And I'm not saying that, because then somebody could say, well, the Germans shouldn't have been there at all, so what if they're being nice? Well, you know what, I'm just saying that, look, not everybody is a born killer, and not everybody believes that the way to go is to kill at all. But I'm saying that there were the start of some more peaceful communications that stem from that. And if we can take from that and change it, more to Thanksgiving to Friendsgiving, and being thankful for what you have. And that's a problem in our society. You're a bunch of thankless freaking, it's like, I understand that so many people out there, right now want to give back and do all this and everything and give reparations. Well, freaking go ahead. Give every cent that you will ever make. Go. Give every paycheck that you will ever earn. Go and do it. Do it. Do it. If you are that passionate about it, do it. Don't talk about it. Don't tell others to do it. Do it. Do it. Because I am sick of the ones on welfare sitting there talking about how all of this needs to be done, and all of this needs to be done, and all of this needs to be done, and they are not doing it. So put your freaking mouth where your hands are and make some action happen, okay? Use those hands to work and make a paycheck, okay? And then take that money that you earned and make it right where you don't feel that it's right, okay? But it is not right to then take from that same government that you curse every day and take that money and eat from it and say that you're any better. I am so sick of the lazy culture that we live in, and that's what gets me around to LBL. And just wait. I have had more trolls come for me lately, and I don't appreciate it. I've had this troll named Jill, and she came to me and said that there's something so wrong with me, that I'm obsessed with LBL, and that I do this obsessively, and every day I make a video. Well, you know what, you freaking crotch? How many times have I made videos, and how many days are there in a year, and how many hours are there in a freaking day? Kiss my fucking fat, no cellulite having ass, okay? Because I'm telling you, I am not obsessed. What I am obsessed with is the stopping of people being exploited that are vulnerable. I am sick of LBL bullying people under false pretenses to give her money so that she can cheat the government. She has money given to her and set aside to pay her every freaking need. Can any of us say that? Can any of us say that we get to get up and not have to worry about how our food is going to be paid for and our lights are going to stay on? No, but she does. And she does that from the money that we have made, those of us being we that hurt every freaking day, that actually do have bona fide diagnoses that cannot qualify for Social Security because the system is broken. Okay? So, when and if I do work, it sickens me to know that I'm giving a portion, up to 25% of what I'm making per hour, to that fat slob that sits there and takes more and more and more for her gluttonous self, and she gets people to applaud her, praise her, stand with her, and bully and antagonize others. And I am disgusted because long ago and far away, let me take a sip here so we can make this in true LBL style. I'm a freaking slurp just to make it real like LBL. If you were looking at me, you'd see me having, you know what I would do? Because she puts those half paralyzed from restaurant lips all over it and goes off to the side and slurps. So if you can visualize, that's what I'm doing. But my lips are not very big because I've never injected shit in my face. But anyway, because I don't mooch off of people so that I can go and get Restoril and Juvederm to put in my frickin' face. Because that's what she's done with the GoFundMe, is that she set her for this and that. She's done it to put tattoos on and make people touch her frickin' ugly ass, fat, huge, hamburger looking earlobes, conch, crotch. Anyway, here's a drink. I gotta give the cough. Maybe even a burp. True LBL style. So anyway, long ago and far away, when Lori Beth just looked like, just a nice, special, morbidly obese woman in Brooklyn that just, I don't know, it was just kind of touching to see how she was trying to apply war paint, and it inspired a lot of people because they were like, shit, I can't look worse than her. So there started to become kind of like a cult following, let's say, for LBL. Okay, many hideous women came out and decided that, you know what, they too can go and haunt the makeup counters at the Nordstrom. They too can go and spend a lot of money that they don't have, slap it on their face and call themselves gorgeous. Yep. And then let's not even start about the wigs, but I will start about the wigs, but just a second. So anyway, she started getting, she started with Periscope and everything else. She was kicked off of all those, kicked off of Facebook, blah, 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 because she's just caustic and rude. We all know that. She's a scamming, caustic, animal abusing, narcissistic, caustic asshole. And anyway, she had this following, and she was in Boston, and she started it as this legend that she was a retired real estate agent, that she had just had, the leprechaun's golden penis strike her, and she invested so wisely that she gets to live in this Boston area, the creme de la creme of Brookline, and never has to work another day in her life or worry about anything. And she's a lady who lunches, and she goes and gets her mommy, and she goes and lunches every day, and then they spend 3 to 5 hours buying shit, and then she goes and takes it back the next day behind her mother's back, and then go picks up her mother for lunch and acts like it's a whole new day and begin again. Okay, so people thought it was cute. She started getting numbers on YouTube. YouTube was new. Well, she's a whiner. We all know that. She has the lowest pain tolerance on the planet. And she had stopped drinking and went to pills. And as we all know, the more pills you take, the more pills you need, especially if you do not have a bona fide pain genesis starting that pain. You will create your own pain. You take pain pills, it creates pain because the withdrawal syndrome that goes in, and you don't even have to have that much, to start that. So then she started getting the body aches and pain because she was taking Vicodin and Xanax and Ambien, and basically turning into an Elvis that wouldn't die. So she started with this pain cycle and started going to all the doctors and everything, and doctor shopping when doctor shopping was a cool thing, and back when every doctor would prescribe more because they were back under the, don't give it, I'm trying not to fall down the rabbit hole. I'm trying, help. Just that some of those big giant companies offered massive bonuses to the people who prescribed the most and had their pharmaceutical rep / wearing a nice suit drug dealer corporate snobby ass fallen model weirdos giving them lots of bonuses to prescribe a lot of drugs like Vicodin. Okay, so the more that she would go to the doctor, the more Vicodin she would get. Okay, so she's Pavlov's dog. The more that she complains, the more she's rewarded. The more she gets, she's an addict of anything. She'll say it herself. She'll get obsessed or addicted to whatever else. If it's red yarn, that day it's red yarn. If it's gum, it's gum. If it's a leather, looking like making planners that look like. No, I'm not going to go there. But anyway, so she started, the more pain that she complained about, the more pills she would get. So as they did the full workup and found and told her, of course, look, you're morbidly obese. It's a wonder you get up and anything in a day, and you're going to die if you don't stop it. And she wouldn't listen to that. But of course, she got the red rubber stamp that goes fibromyalgia. Fibromyalgia becomes a diagnosis of exclusion when nothing else pops up, which is hard for those of us who actually have the pathology of fibromyalgia, because people like her who have the fibromyalgia diagnosis have it as a code for other doctors to say, don't run any tests, you're not going to find anything, it's in her head. Yeah, that's what it is. So anyway, she went on the fibromyalgia train, and she got a lot of followers from that, okay? Now, one of those followers was a sweet lady named Jules across the pond, okay? Now, Jules has a channel, and it is called Tales from My Vanity, and she likes to, when she does feel good enough, to get out of bed and try products and talk about them and what she had and what she thought of it, and whether it was a sample or a trial sample or a product or whatever. She just likes to talk about the product. So freaking what? Okay, so she started helping Lori Beth to try to find ways to alleviate her suffering. Jules did this for Lori, saying, gosh, I'm sorry that you don't feel good, hon. Have you tried this? Oh, I know how this hurts, hon. This is what hurts for me. Hon, when I'm feeling this way, this is what happens. And Lori went and exploited it because she saw that the advice that Jules was giving was bona fide, fact-filled, helpful information that was bringing more and more followers, okay? So, Jules was very supportive of LBL. Now, as we've all seen, one day you could just say that there are clouds in the sky and LBL can take you and take your name and dox you and tell everybody to hate you and accuse you of this and that and everything, and that's all that happened. Jules said something, gosh, COVID brain doesn't let me think of things that are in the past, but I think Jules said something like how are you feeling? Something very benign, but it was in one of LBL's moods, and that was it. She doxed Jules, and she made Jules her number one sworn enemy. It was for nothing. Jules did nothing to her. So, hold please, must get another drink. Lori Bell style. Hold on. Oh, decadent drink. Oh. So anyway, that was it. I mean, Jules had been a wonderful supporter to her. Before that, and Jules didn't fight back. Jules was just like, huh? You know, like, I don't know what I did to you, ma'am. All it was is that Lori gets people in her web, and then she starts to obsess over them and hate them and be jealous of them to the point where she wants them dead. And she makes no secret of it. So she started getting jealous, I believe, of the things that Jules said in about the way that her research had led her in her own quest to find answers for the pain of fibromyalgia. Fibromyalgia is basically a full, widespread body ache where every single cell in your body hurts, and there's no explanation for it. To even touch you can bring so much pain. And I made an error in saying that I had never heard of anybody having pain from having a blood pressure cuff reading, and I was wrong. Jules did tell me that is over in the UK. I've not seen it done in the US, but that is a way of diagnosing a person with fibromyalgia. If the pain of putting on a blood pressure cuff up to pumping it up to the systolic up to 180 elicits an extreme pain response, that is a positive indicator of that person having allodynia from fibromyalgia. I didn't know that. Now, here's the catcher. She had explained that to LBL. So, now we know why. Because, see, LBL had not actually been seeing any real doctors since she moved. She was having her little drug mule bring her drugs from her former address and other ways, and she was having her little followers send her medications through the mail, which is a federal offense. So she's having her followers commit felonies to stay on her good side. And I'm supposed to be quiet about this? Well, she abuses animals, scams from the vulnerable, and has people commit felonies to please her. Yeah, I'll find a different hobby that does that much in a day. It's my hobby. What kind of hobby? What do you play Pinnacle? And what does it do? Who does it stop from harming another person or any living thing? Jill! Rat dog! Jill! Jill! I mean, who do you think you are, Jill? Coming on my channel and telling me not to make a video of somebody that I don't like, just to not watch them if I don't like. Why are you watching me, Jill? You want me to go all LBL on you, Jill? That's what I thought, Jill. Why don't you take some of your own advice? If I even believe that you're Jill, who's never made any posts, Jill. So anyway. So that's like the history of this. So anywho, apparently the other day, LBL was struggling for content as usual, and so she started a movement with her Lardashians to say, get out of bed, Jules. Get get out of bed. Okay. In the UK, they have socialized medicine. Good and bad. Here in the United States, our largest payer to the insurance companies is GoFundMe, because people can't afford what needs to actually be done, and you're at the mercy of a freaking button pusher that decides if you live or die on the other side of your insurance claim based on if the studies benefit that drug company who's funding it. Don't make me go down that rabbit hole. So anywho, she's not getting a whole hell of a lot of help over in the UK. Not that they do anything here in the US, okay, but she's not had any help. And I mean, what can we say that we have over here in the US that helps us with our fibromyalgia? Nothing. So, well, Jules isn't asking for any money from anybody. She's not bothering anybody. She knows how to do quite a few things on the computer that I sure as hell can't. She's very smart. So, she has stated that she has not been out of her room in 10 years. Okay? That's her reality. That's Jules' reality. I was in bed for 7 to 10 years after my sepsis that killed 90% of my nerves in my feet. So I can't walk very well, but you know what? My ass just has to go to work because I can't get SSI because I'm not a scammer that has a bunch of freaking relatives that are Jewish lawyers. But anyway, not going down that rabbit hole. So she thought that she would be cool by having her followers say, "Get out of bed, Jules." And on that note, I'm going to go into the doctor here for my appointment and get my blood pressure taken because that pisses me the fuck off. Okay? So anyway, hold on for part 2. Hold on for part 2, please. I'll make sure that I load them up and you won't have to wait for me to go to the doctor, but hold on. I'll be back. Take another drink. Talk to you in a little bit. Hold, please.